So last video we talked about how we wanted to replace the brakes on the budget bike build. So I immediately began tearing into the bike. And that's where I noticed our first problem. This bike has integrated shifters and brake levers. So for me to replace the brakes, I also have to replace the shifters, which I wasn't planning on doing until next episode. So I thought, well, I guess this episode we're going to do the brakes and the shifter. But if I'm going to do the shifters, I might as well do the rest of the drivetrain components, obviously. But might as well switch to a 1x because, you know, making it a 3x9 makes no sense. So I decided, well, I'll go ahead and replace the cranks with the purchased cranks that I had for it. So I immediately started tearing into the bike. I took the wheel off, started cleaning everything up, removing the hub, and then I realized our second issue. This bike only has a 7-gear rear hub, meaning you can only put up to a 7-speed on this bike, which is kind of a problem since I wanted to put a 9-speed on it. So our microchip Advent 9-speed derailleur, cassette, and shifter are now useless. So I'm stuck with that 7-speed cassette, which means I'm also stuck with that 7-speed derailleur, but I don't have a shifter for it. So I'm gonna have to order a shifter. Okay, no big deal. But then I realized the third issue. There's no point of upgrading to a 1x if you're gonna be a 1x7. I mean, that's just gonna be, you're not gonna have the gearing that you need to really climb anything. So I kind of shit the bed on this one. You know, I planned out everything, but sometimes it doesn't work out, and that's kind of why I ran into this video. So we went ahead and returned our microshift, derailleur, cassette, and shifter. We returned our 1x drivetrain. We now have 2 shifters, brakes, and the existing drivetrain. We are upgrading the disc brakes this video, so at least we'll have disc brakes. I mean, with all this said, there was a very good chance I was going to have to take off the 1x9 anyway. My father, who is in his 60s, has been riding 3x7s, 3x5s, 2x5s his whole life. So he's really never experienced a modern drivetrain. So he wasn't even sure he was even going to like it, which is understandable. A lot of people are not used to this new technology. And, you know, when you ride the same thing for years, it feels comfortable. You're used to it. So he didn't really want to lose that bigger front sprocket anyway. So, I mean, ultimately, I guess it does save me the trouble of down the road having to switch it back to a 3x7. But, you know, it's still a headache at the end. Really rusty. All right, before you yell at me, I am not cranking it all the way down. Just snugging it up. I know not to use this to go all the way in, so. And I do not have a torque wrench, so I'm just going to do my best to get it pretty close. All right. If you ever want to get any of these parts ever off again, you want the threads to be greased. That's why I had so much trouble getting it off when I took it apart. All right. because this video took a lot longer because we completely tore down the bike, and I went ahead and did the full cleaning, re-greasing of the whole bike, because this is our final build video. I didn't have time to include the testing of the bike. So next video, we're going to take this bike out, and I'm not going to ride it. My father's going to ride it. He's the one that the bike is for. Now, some time has actually passed since I have finished the bike. So you notice normally the bike's behind me when I'm talking to you. He's had it for a few weeks now. So he's been playing around with it, trying to get everything, you know, dialed in, position of the seat, position of the seat post, everything how he would like it. So next video, we're going to try this bike out and see how it does. And let's see if it's any better than the original bike. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.